Okay guys, quick update with Bitcoin. I'm going to show you my current trade. I'm in a long hedge right now. I'm going to show you where I'm going to take profit on this long hedge. I'm also going to cover a couple other charts. I'll show you why I think it's very possible this AI craze could be the next catalyst to crash Bitcoin and the markets. I'm going to give you my projected top for Nvidia and then timing for the next drop. Guys, if you like this content, leave a like. I appreciate it. So if you want to subscribe, go ahead. So let's get into this. If you watched the last video I put up, I was talking about the CPI would be a bull trap for Bitcoin. It sent price up and then it come crashing down. It's a Bitcoin bull trap for retail on July 12th. I'll put links to the video now if you want to check it out. That did play out. So I'm currently in a long hedge right now, guys. This is BitGet. If you want to sign up to trade, my link's pinned first comment description. Also, I put out a tutorial recently showing you how to set up a stop loss, adjust your stop loss, do trigger orders, just basically how to trade. I'll put a link to this video now if you want to check it out. So as I said, I'm in a long hedge right now. My original short that I opened at 29K, I'm down around $8,590. My long hedge, I'm up $219. If you notice down here bottom right, so it says I'm at a loss of $8,388. So whether price pushes up or drops, I will not lose more than $8,400 until I close either my short or my long. Now I have been long hedging, as I said. I'll show you this in Discord. I am currently up $18,000 long hedging. Which means if I closed out my trade right now, I would lose, well, down here, $8,400. So that still puts me at $10,000 in profit. So again, if I just close out right now, I'm $10,000 in profit. However, I do expect us to push up to a certain point. I will take profit on my long hedge, and then I expect price to continue down. So why close out this short if I expect it to crash? I'm not going to take that loss if I expect Bitcoin to come down. That being said, if we get above a certain point, maybe I was wrong. I don't think we will. So just to show you guys, this was July 6th. And I said I opened a hedge long. I will close if we push back to 31K area. So open my long hedge around 30K. This was July 13th. I said I will be closing my long just under 31.5K. I actually jumped out a little early. I could have waited and got a better exit for my long hedge, but I got it around 31,340. I like to get a little early just in case, you never know. But I closed out here and the price dropped all the way back down to 29,800. So that was a great long hedge. And right here, so I said I opened my long hedge around 30,100. So again, that's how I got up $18,000, even though I have a short that's still open at a loss. Just long hedging, playing the range. So I want to cover this, guys. This is the red ring I've been talking about for quite a while. Keep in mind, if you go back and watch previous videos, when we made contact with this red ring, I said to go long. We pushed right up that ring. I said after we crossed the ring to go short. Now, I did not expect this to get caught in a range. That's what's happening right now. That's the chop that I've been long hedging. I do think it's more likely because we have so much resistance above and because of the importance of these rings as a pivot ring, I think it's more likely we drop to the downside. I would like to point out, if you take a note of these rings, this is when we were at around 6K. We dropped down to 3K. Notice we got perfect support on this ring. We pushed up the next ring, got rejected. And notice this ring, we wrote right up this ring as support and resistance. Below this, this moving average with the dots, this is M2 money supply. Notice we made contact with this ring. This is when they shot all this liquidity into the markets. The stock market pushed up. Bitcoin just shot straight up. Notice when M2 money supply kind of peaked and went sideways, that was pretty much a top for Bitcoin. And you can see M2 money supply has been coming down. And notice we just crossed this ring recently. This is on the monthly, by the way. So I do believe, look, we're caught in a pattern. Now, it's possible if M2 money supply starts pushing back up, maybe this ring is a catalyst for us to go to the moon. With everything that's going on, I think it's much more likely the M2 money supply is going to continue down, and this ring will play out as a pivot to break us down from this pattern. Again, why I'm holding my short. I'm going to cover a few things about USDC and USDT. Now, you can look at this two different ways. So USDC was up around, back in what, 2022, was up around what, $57 billion. Notice the market cap for USDC is down around what, 26 billion. That's a lot of money leaving the markets. Now you could say, okay, well, USDC would be an on-ramp for institutional money and big players in the US. Well, maybe the reason USDC market cap has dropped so much is because they're jumping into Bitcoin. That's why Bitcoin's pushing up. I could see the logic in that, and that would make sense. However, why is Tether at a previous, it is all-time high? The market cap was 83 billion. It's still up around 83 billion. So if that was the case, a USDT should be low as well because the market cap from USDT should be jumping into Bitcoin, but that's not how it's playing out. So I see it that USDC, instead of using it as an on-ramp, institutional players and big money is using it as an off-ramp to get out of the markets. So every time we get a rally, it pushes up, big money is selling right into retail, buying it up for another dip to go lower. So again, I think USDC is an off-ramp. Big players are jumping out, that's why the market cap is so low. And the reason that USDT is up so high is because that's what exchanges are using to send the price up and down, to manipulate the price, to take out longs and take out shorts. They systematically take out longs and shorts, buy and sell orders before sending the price up or down. Again, exchanges make money off of trading fees. So if there's their best interest to send price up and down, and that's how I've been playing it. I've been playing the heat maps along with the charts, and it's worked out beautifully. And again, this is where I made a post about it's more likely price pushing up. There's a lot more money to be made sending price up than it is down, and that's why I opened my long hedge. Again, if you want to get access to these live charts in Discord, the link to sign up is pinned in the first comment description. Make sure you email me through the website if you want to get access to Discord. So I'm going to give you key support resistance levels to pay attention to. Like I can tell you this is A1 chart. If we get above 30,300 and hold support, expect some more upside. We are currently holding above that right now. You can see we're just above this line. 30,094 is your current support. And I will show you how I'll play this. Like I said, I'm in a long hedge. If we do drop, I'll show you how I'll play this if we're a drop. But for right now, I'm staying in my long hedge. Right here, I was talking about the H1 chart. This was our current resistance at 30,426. You can see how this played out. We got rejected here at 30,381, and we got rejected close to 30,483. So this is your current major resistance to watch. And it's possible we push up this point. I might get out of my long hedge at this point. If we continue up higher and this holds as support, then I will wait, because I think it's more likely we could push up to close to around 31,200, 31,450. This does go along the liquidity map, which I will show you. But just to show you, this line has been a lot of support and is now resistance. Hold on, give you price target, price label here. So this line here, you can see, let me make this, I guess, typically green for my charts. Make sure it's big so you can see it. Notice this was support right here, 28,855. Perfect support, 29,443. It's another point, a long hedge. Another point to long hedge, 29,870. Was support again at 30,059. Was support twice, 30,245, 30,272. And you can see now it is flipping as resistance. So this is a critical resistance level. If we cannot get above 30,565, that'd be an ideal point to enter a short. That being said, have a stop loss above. If that does hold a support, then again, I think we'll push up to take out that liquidity before coming back down. Your next major support level on this chart, this is the next fib channel line below, is around 29,726. This is important. Now, even if we drop down to this point, I will not close my long hedge because I want to make sure I get out at the best entry. So it's likely if we come down and test 29,726, which I know will hold a support, I might add to my long, but I would not exit until we push back up. So this is our current major support level. This is the pattern we're called in right now. So if we break below 30,000, we come down, let's say we test 29,761. Take note, this is Bollinger Band on the daily, that is support level. So if we come back down, I will not exit my long hedge until we test key support as resistance. So if we drop and push back up, I will get out, or I will get out of my long hedge and set the stop above maybe 30,200, because that will be testing support as resistance. This is how I play it if price drops. In the meantime, I'm staying in my long hedge up to either where we get rejected at potentially 30,565, or if we push higher, which I think is more likely to take out the liquidity, and I'll show you that too. Okay, so let's move on. Let's go back for reporting these charts. Let's see. So 30,565, your next major resistance to pay attention to. Again, if we do push up above 30,565, I think I will probably get out around maybe 31,300, because I do think that would be the point where they take out liquidity and it would drop. This is the, by the way guys, the name of this chart is peak of the next bull run. So you can see our current support right now, 30K, that's on my long hedge. So I want to cover Nvidia and this, I think the similarities that I see between the .com bubble and the AI bubble. So this is Cisco Systems. This is back in 2000 when the .com bubble happened. Notice Cisco Systems was pushing up, and then it dropped to 90%, all right? So, and what happens is, big money's buying in, retail's buying in, it's just pushing up like crazy. And at some point, big money sells, they take their profit and starts coming down, then retail panics and they start taking their profit and it starts crashing. That's what happened to Cisco back in the dot-com bubble back in 2000. Same thing happened to Amazon. This is back in the year 2000, the dot-com bubble. Amazon dropped over 94%, almost 95%. That was a hell of a drop. You can see how much it's up now, but that was a hell of a drop. And I see some similarities with this AI. I think it's a bubble, and eventually it's going to pop. Now, I'm not going to break down this chart. I'm just going to tell you based on this chart. And you can clearly see, look, and I have a published version of this chart, not back here, but around this area. But notice when we have this gap up, notice this gap. We gapped right up to this ring around 365. We pushed up. We tested the ring again as support at 377. We tested support in the ring around 401. Tested it again at 414, so you can clearly see how well price is respecting this ring. So if we drop, the next point potentially long is around 432. Every time you test this ring, if you want a chance at long, that's fine. But once you cross this ring, I expect that's when this, at least the Nvidia bubble is going to pop. I think that's when we start coming down. I can tell you right now that based on these rings, we have two rings price been respecting for years on this Nvidia chart. So if we push up to 500, I will open puts for Nvidia around 500 up to 512. I don't see us getting above that. If we do, we have a major resistance level around 550. So if we got one crazy wick up and then we came back down below this point, fine. But I don't think we'll get above 500 to 512. I think that'd be an ideal point to open some puts for Nvidia. I think that would be the top. Could play out a number of ways, guys. We could come down, we could bounce up, get rejected, do something like this. When we cross this point, I expect this to come down. Maybe we don't make it up to 512. Maybe we come down as soon as we cross it. That's the point I expect us to come down. Every time we cross one of these rings, I'm expecting us to have a drop, right? So it could be something like this. But every time we cross a ring, expect a drop. I think that would be the top. So if we push up, I do point short Nvidia around 500 to 512. And at any point we cross this ring, this is when you get the hell out, or that's definitely when you would open a put. So let's say we're up around 512 and we go sideways, right? Then that means potentially within the next 34 or 35 days, we could have a drop. Let's say price is current price right now. If we move sideways, we could potentially cross the ring in about 21, 22 days. But pay attention to this ring. You see all prices respecting it. These are points. It could be support and resistance. And it could also play as a pivot. So that means once we cross this ring, that's when the trajectory changes. That's when it could be a blow off top and everything's crashing down. So again, I do have a published version of this chart, and I will well, I'll show you how this chart plays out over time. But again, I do think, and you guys know that at least 7 stocks are holding up the markets right now. Most stocks are only up like maybe 5%. It's Nvidia and Apple and Tesla and Amazon. Those are the ones keeping the markets up. And eventually big money's going to sell, and retail is going to start panicking and sell as well. And I think it's going to happen once we cross this ring. But again, that's the Nvidia chart. Pay attention to that. But again, just make sure you have support resistance levels. Pay attention to your current key support is 30K. So I will hold my long hedge up to potentially 30,565. If we get rejected there, I might just go ahead and set my stop above and write this down. If we get above and hold support above 30,565, I will write it up to potentially 31,200. I don't think we'll get above 31,445. I think that would be the top, and that does go along with, like I said, the heat map. So you can see all this liquidity up here, right? So right here where my cursor is at is 31K. And if you go above that, this would be 31.5K. So that puts us right at 31.4K. So that's why I'll be exiting my hedge long at that point with the stop above. If we push higher, the liquidity to take out is around 33K. There's no way I'm riding my short at a loss that high. So I will go ahead and close my trade. But remember, I'm already at a $10,000 profit. So for me, it's fine to jump out and wait for another entry. But that's how I'm going to play this. So again, guys, if you want to sign up for Bigot, links pinned first comment description. Don't forget to have that tutorial if you want to check it out. And if you do want to sign up to get access to these charts, the website's opticalcrypto.com, links pinned first comment description. And remember, I have tutorials teaching my method of charting. So if you learn how to find these fib circles yourself, you can watch these tutorials videos. And if you do sign up for the Bitcoin charts, make sure you send me an email through the website to get access to the Discord. That's it, guys. Trade safe, trade smart. I'm out.